do you ever just feel stuck,
Mm.
caught in that, relentless cycle of daily stress, feeling your energy constantly drained, maybe battling that creeping sense of burnout? It's such a common feeling in our modern, fast-paced world. Honestly, it often leaves us feeling completely depleted. So, okay, let's unpack this. What if there was a natural, almost intelligent way to help your body not just cope with these pressures, but to actually build resilience, find its balance again, and, really boost your vitality? Today, we're doing a deep dive into the fascinating world of adaptogens. Now, these aren't just your average herbs. Our sources define them as a pretty special class of botanicals, roots mainly, that help your body adapt to stress, basically. Whether it's physical, chemical, biological stress, they help bring things back into balance without crucially overstimulating or making you drowsy. It's actually an ancient idea, really woven into traditions like Ayurveda, traditional Chinese medicine, loads of folk remedies for centuries, even millennia. Nature's stress shields, you could call them. So, our mission for you today is pretty practical. We want to explore 7 specific adaptogenic herbs. We'll break down their unique health benefits, touch on some of the science behind how they work, and maybe the most exciting part, share how you can easily bring them into your life. Simple recipes, DIY remedies, stuff you can do right in your kitchen. Think of this as your shortcut to understanding these powerful plants, maybe finding those aha moments for your own well being.
And what's really compelling about adaptogens, what our research keeps showing, is how they move beyond just masking symptoms.
Mm.
They don't just treat the effects of stress. They genuinely support the body's own ability to resist it and bounce back. If we kind of zoom out, connect this to the bigger wellness picture, it's really about shifting gears, moving from just coping day to day
Mhm.
to proactively building a more vital, balanced, and resilient state. They offer systemic support, helping your body work at its best, even under pressure.
Right, systemic support. And when we talk about that, one of the first adaptogens that often comes up, and it's gained a lot of popularity recently, is ashwagandha. I bet many of you listening have heard about its calming reputation, but it does offer quite a bit more than just calm, doesn't it?
Oh, absolutely. Ashwagandha, the botanical name is Withania somnifera, which apparently translates to something like smell of horse,
Mm.
referencing its scent and the strength it gives. It's a real cornerstone in Ayurvedic medicine. Our sources go into detail on its core benefits, significantly reducing that feeling of stress and anxiety, boosting stamina, physical performance too, supporting really crucial adrenal and thyroid health, and also profoundly improving sleep quality.
Okay, that sounds like the dream combination for many people listening. Less anxiety, more energy, better sleep. Fantastic. But for listeners wanting to go a bit deeper than just the what, how does ashwagandha actually pull off such a broad range of effects? What's the mechanism there?
That's a really key question to grasp its power. Ashwagandha's importance lies in its pretty unique ability to modulate the HPA axis. That's the hypothalamic pituitary adrenal axis. Think of it as the body's central command for stress response. It's this complex chat between the brain and the adrenal glands.
Mm.
When we feel stress, physical or mental, this axis fires up, releasing cortisol, our main stress hormone. Now, ashwagandha, through its active compounds, these things called withanolides, helps kind of fine-tune this system. It doesn't just shut down stress, it helps balance cortisol levels, brings them down when they're chronically high, but also stops them from crashing too low. It's this modulating effect, not just a simple upper or downer, that really sets it apart. That's what allows for that whole body systemic support you mentioned.
That's a brilliant explanation, really getting under the hood there. So, practically speaking, how can our listeners easily bring this powerhouse into their daily routine?
Well, one really lovely way, especially for winding down, is an ashwagandha golden milk. It's incredibly soothing. You just gently warm a cup of almond milk, or oat milk works too, stir in about half a teaspoon of ashwagandha powder. Add half a teaspoon of turmeric powder, great for anti-inflammatory benefits, maybe a pinch of cinnamon, and a little honey if you like it sweet. Sip that before bed. It really promotes calm, restorative sleep.
Yeah, that's a great one. And for a simpler, or maybe more energizing daytime boost, a quick DIY is just adding half a teaspoon of ashwagandha powder to your morning smoothie. It's totally effortless, really. A good way to get that sustained energy supporting the adrenals right from the start of the day. Okay, so ashwagandha covers that deep calm and adrenal support, helping balance our internal stress reaction. But what if the main challenge isn't just stress, but needing that sustained mental energy? Sharp focus, especially fighting off that, mid-afternoon slump. That kind of shifts our focus to rhodiola rosea, an adaptogen known specifically for cognitive resilience.
Exactly. Rhodiola rosea is an herb that's getting a lot of scientific attention lately. Our sources really highlight its amazing ability to enhance mental clarity and focus, reduce that fatigue that comes from stress, not just general tiredness,
Yeah.
improve exercise endurance, and also support a balanced mood. It's genuinely dual action, good for the mind and the body.
And digging into the how again, what are the key mechanisms? How does rhodiola give that noticeable mental lift without the coffee jitters?
It's a fantastic example of how adaptogens work differently. It's not just a simple energy kick. The sources point to rhodiola's unique compounds, things like rosavins and salidrosides. These are thought to help boost the production of ATP, that's our cellular energy fuel, especially in the brain and muscles. At the same time, they seem to influence neurotransmitters, serotonin, norepinephrine, dopamine, the ones crucial for mood, motivation, focus. So this dual impact on cellular energy and brain chemistry explains that effect on both physical endurance and mental sharpness. Makes it great for performing under pressure, whether that's, at the gym or trying to meet a deadline.
That's really insightful. So, how can listeners easily tap into this one? An easy and effective method is a simple rhodiola tea. You just need about a teaspoon of the dried rhodiola root per cup of hot water. Steep it for about 10 minutes, strain it, and that's it. Drinking it in the morning gives you that energy lift, but it's smooth, sustained, no caffeine crash later.
Yeah, or for something a bit different, maybe more refreshing, you can mix rhodiola liquid extract with some fresh lemon juice and a touch of honey in cool water. It's a quick, tasty tonic for that mental clarity and endurance boost.
Okay, so from rhodiola's focused mental energy, let's move to an adaptogen with a truly revered status, especially in Eastern traditions. Holy basil, often called tulsi, they call it the queen of herbs, and apparently for very good reason.
Absolutely. Tulsi, or Ocimum sanctum, is huge in Ayurvedic medicine, celebrated not just for physical benefits, but spiritual ones too. Our sources really emphasize its power to calm the nervous system, support a strong immune function, help balance blood sugar, and actively fight inflammation all over the body.
Wow, that sounds incredibly comprehensive. When we talk about calming the nervous system or fighting inflammation, for those of us who know the terms but want to understand the how, what
Right.
makes Tulsi so effective there?
Well, Tulsi's broad effects come from its rich mix of phytochemicals,
Yeah.
things like eugenol, rosmarinic acid, caryophyllene, quite a few active compounds. These compounds are thought to interact with various pathways in the body, for instance, its calming effect. That might be linked to modulating GABAergic pathways, similar to how some calming medications work, promoting that sense of inner peace. And for inflammation, its active components seem to inhibit inflammatory chemicals in the body, giving that systemic anti-inflammatory effect. This kind of multifaceted support from metabolic balance to immune strength to direct stress reduction, that's really the hallmark of adaptogens. They aim for overall harmony, not just hitting one symptom.
That makes perfect sense, explains why it's held in such high regard. So, how can our listeners invite this queen of herbs into their daily lives? To really get those calming and immune benefits, a simple Tulsi herbal tea is ideal. Just use about a tablespoon of fresh or dried Tulsi leaves per cup of hot water. Steep for 5 to 7 minutes, strain, and enjoy. Drinking this daily can genuinely help reduce stress and foster this wonderful sense of inner calm. It's almost like a daily meditation in a cup.
Mm-hmm. And for a more traditional DIY remedy, you can try making Tulsi-infused honey. You just store clean, dried Tulsi leaves in raw honey for about 2 weeks. Let those beneficial compounds infuse into the honey. Then you can just take it by the spoonful for soothing coughs, sore throats, or just general immune support, especially useful when seasons change.
Right, good tip. Okay, moving from the sort of holistic embrace of Tulsi, let's explore maca root. This is one many people associate with a real energy boost, a powerful, sustained one. This root from the Peruvian Andes, it's pretty extraordinary, especially its impact on vitality and, interestingly, hormonal balance.
That's right. Maca, Lepidium myini, it's really a superfood, but with adaptogenic qualities. Our research highlights its key benefits: boosting energy and endurance, but without that stimulant crash; enhancing libido, supporting reproductive health in both men and women, helping to balance hormones, and contributing to overall mood stability. Covers a lot of ground.
You mentioned balancing hormones, which can feel like a complex area. For listeners keen on understanding the specifics, how does maca actually contribute to this balance, and what's the link to energy and mood?
Yeah, the maca's impact on hormones is fascinating because it doesn't actually contain hormones itself. It doesn't introduce them into the body. Instead, the thinking is that it works by nourishing and supporting the endocrine system directly, specifically the hypothalamus and pituitary glands, the master glands. These glands then signal other endocrine glands like the adrenals, thyroid, ovaries, testes, encouraging them to produce hormones in more balanced amounts. So it's this subtle support for the whole HPG axis, hypothalamic pituitary gonadal, that can really influence energy levels, mood, even libido. It's a powerful reminder that vitality involves so many interconnected systems. When one, like our hormones, finds better balance, it ripples positively through everything else.
That makes its reputation for vitality much clearer. So, practicalities, how can listeners easily incorporate this root?
Well, a really popular and delicious way for that morning power-up is a maca energy smoothie. Just blend together maybe a frozen banana, a cup of whatever plant milk you like, a tablespoon of maca powder, maybe a teaspoon of cacao powder for extra antioxidants, and a dash of cinnamon. Blended up creamy superfood smoothie that really does power your morning and supports that endocrine system we talked about.
Exactly. And for a super quick, no fuss option, you can just stir a teaspoon of mica powder straight into your oatmeal or yogurt, even a pre-workout drink. It's incredibly easy, a simple way to consistently support hormone balance and get that sustained energy.
Okay, let's shift focus now. Schisandra berry. This one has a unique kind of tart flavor and a really rich history, especially in traditional Chinese medicine.
Yeah?
They value it for harmonizing all five elements, apparently. Schisandra chinensis, yes, it's a remarkable little berry. Our sources highlight its ability to significantly boost overall vitality and resilience. It's particularly noted for improving liver detoxification processes, enhancing mental performance, and even supporting glowing, healthy skin sort of from the inside out. It's often called the five-flavor berry because it literally embodies all five tastes: sweet, sour, salty, bitter, pungent, which kind of reflects its holistic effects on the body.
That holistic impact sounds amazing. You mentioned liver detoxification. For many people, that's a concept that feels important but maybe a bit vague. Could you explain the significance of Shisandra's role in liver health and how that connects to overall vitality and even, you said, skin health?
Certainly. Shisandra's support for the liver is really key. Our liver is the body's main filter, right? It processes and neutralizes toxins from our environment, food, even our own metabolic waste. Schisandra contains active compounds, mainly lignans like schisandrin. These are believed to enhance both phase 1 and phase 2 detox pathways in the liver. Basically, it helps the liver transform toxins into less harmful stuff and then get rid of them more efficiently. When your liver works optimally, it directly impacts vitality, energy levels, and, yeah, even clearer skin. Internal health really does show externally. A sluggish liver can affect everything from energy to complexion, so Shisandra's role here is pretty profound.
That's a really clear connection, highlighting how vital liver health is. So how can listeners get these unique benefits? You can make a really nice Schisandra berry tea. Just simmer about a tablespoon of the dried berries in maybe 2 cups of water for 10–15 minutes, then strain it. The result is this vibrant, tart, fruity drink. It feels deeply restorative. You can enjoy it hot or chilled.
Yeah, it's lovely. Yeah. And for a convenient, potent option, Schisandra tincture drops, you can get good quality ones store-bought, or even make your own. Can just be added to water or juice during the day. Tinctures are highly concentrated, so they offer a very efficient way to get that liver support and promote that inner glow.
Okay, let's unpack a real classic power player now, ginseng. Specifically Panax ginseng, often called true ginseng. It's probably one of the most recognized adaptogens worldwide, and for very good reason.
Indeed. Panax ginseng, the Asian variety, has this venerable history in traditional Chinese medicine, prized for restoring balance and vitality. Our sources consistently point out its robust benefits, powerfully boosting physical stamina and energy, strengthening the immune system, improving both memory and focus, and effectively reducing fatigue. It really is a comprehensive tonic for overall well-being.
Given its big reputation for boosting energy, how does ginseng manage that without just acting like a stimulant? What makes its adaptive energy different from, say, a strong coffee?
That's a really critical distinction when we talk about adaptogens. Unlike caffeine, which mainly just stimulates the central nervous system, ginseng works more by helping the body optimize its own energy production and stress response. Its main active compounds, these things called ginsenosides, are thought to influence various systems, including that HPA axis we mentioned earlier, and the immune system. They seem to enhance mitochondrial function, better cellular energy production, and they also modulate neurotransmitters to improve cognitive function. So ginseng doesn't just give you a temporary jolt. It actually helps build and sustain your body's fundamental capacity for energy, focus, resilience over time, without the usual crash or dependency you get with stimulants. It's about bolstering your foundational energy, not just borrowing it for a bit.
That deeper understanding really highlights its unique value. Okay, so how can our listeners harness the power of this ancient root? Well, for a morning pick-me-up that really aims to last all day, you could try a ginseng honey tea. Just combine about a teaspoon of thinly sliced ginseng root with a cup of hot water. Let it steep for maybe 5, 7 minutes. Then stir in a teaspoon of raw honey if you like. Drink that in the morning for that sustained vitality.
Nice. And for a more savory, maybe deeply nourishing approach, you can actually add ginseng slices directly to your soups or broths. Simmering it along with your meal transforms it into an immune-strengthening, energizing tonic. Especially good during colder months or maybe times of extra stress.
Great ideas. All right, we're wrapping up our herb exploration with licorice root, an adaptogen known for its really distinctive sweet taste, but it also packs an impressive range of benefits that go way beyond just flavor.
That's right. Licorice root, Licorice glabra, has been used therapeutically for literally thousands of years across so many cultures. Our sources detail its significant advantages. Strong support for adrenal function, its ability to reduce fatigue, its effectiveness in soothing various digestive issues, and its long-standing use for boosting respiratory health. It's remarkably versatile.
You mentioned strong support for adrenal function. We touched on that earlier with ashwagandha.
Right.
How does licorice root specifically contribute here? And how does that link into reducing fatigue and even helping digestion?
Licorice root has a pretty unique way of supporting the adrenals. Its main active compound, glycyrrhizin, is thought to inhibit an enzyme in the body that breaks down cortisol. By slowing down this breakdown, glycyrrhizin essentially helps cortisol stick around longer in the bloodstream. It lets the body make more efficient use of the cortisol it naturally produces. This can be really helpful for people experiencing adrenal fatigue or chronic stress, as it helps conserve those adrenal resources and lessen that feeling of constant tiredness. This action, plus its well-known demulcent, meaning soothing and anti-inflammatory properties, makes it great for calming irritated digestive linings and supporting respiratory passages too. It just shows how adaptogens often play multiple, interconnected roles in supporting well-being across different body systems.
That's a fascinating look at its multi-system support. Okay, so how can listeners enjoy its sweet benefits? A simple licorice root tea is a really wonderful way to experience it. Just steep about a teaspoon of the dried root in a cup of hot water for 10 minutes, then strain. It's naturally sweet, incredibly soothing, good for both energy and digestion. Makes a perfect after-meal drink, actually.
Yeah, it does. And for a natural, comforting sore throat remedy, a classic use, you can mix a small amount of licorice root powder with some warm water and maybe a bit of honey. It creates this really comforting, soothing concoction that can provide pretty quick relief and supports respiratory health at the same time.
So we've just journeyed through 7 really powerful adaptogens. We've discovered how they truly are nature's intelligent way of helping us regain energy, reduce stress, and restore vitality, really from the inside out. It feels incredibly empowering, doesn't it? Knowing that bringing these botanicals into your life through simple teas, nourishing tonics, easy food-based remedies can create real balance in both body and mind. And our sources consistently highlight one key piece of advice. Start small. Pick just 1 or 2 adaptogens that really resonate with what you need right now. Experiment gently. And really notice how your energy, your focus, your overall resilience might shift over time. It's definitely a personal journey of discovery, finding what truly works best for your own unique body. Now, a really crucial reminder, echoed across all the sources we looked at today, please always consult your healthcare provider before introducing new herbs or supplements. This is especially important if you're pregnant, nursing, have any pre-existing medical conditions, or if you're currently taking medication. Adaptogens can interact with certain drugs. Your health and safety have to come first.
Absolutely. And this whole deep dive into adaptogens, it kind of raises an important question for you, the listener, to maybe ponder. How can integrating just a little bit of this ancient natural wisdom into your daily routine, how can that not just help you manage the immediate stress, but actually enhance your long-term vitality, cultivate deeper resilience, and maybe foster a more profound sense of well-being in this often demanding modern world? We really encourage you to keep exploring, listen to your body, and discover the path that best serves your unique journey towards feeling your best.